Isn't it ironic? They walked away with their heads held high, so sure of themselves, so certain they could find someone better. They believed they could replace you with ease, filling the void they so carelessly created. To them, love was just another fleeting indulgence, a toy to toss aside when it no longer served them. But life, oh, life has a way of humbling even the proudest hearts. It doesn't forget, and when it delivers its lessons, it does so with a ferocity they'll never forget. They'll move on, or at least they'll try. Desperate to fill the emptiness, they'll latch onto someone new, convincing themselves they've found something extraordinary. At first, it'll look picture perfect, like a dream come true. But dreams are fragile illusions, and soon the cracks will begin to show. That person they chose to replace you, they won't have your patience, your kindness, or your depth. They won't tolerate the nonsense, the selfishness, or the endless demands without reciprocation. And when the illusion shatters, they'll be left with nothing but the cold, harsh reality they had everything they needed. Then they threw it away. But by then you'll be so far ahead physically, emotionally, spiritually, that their regret will be nothing more than background noise in your vibrant life. You'll have built something beautiful, a life filled with joy, success, and peace. The version of you they once knew will feel like a ghost, a memory from a distant past, because the person you've become is unshakable, thriving in ways they could never have imagined. And while you're glowing, they'll crumble. That new relationship they gambled everything on will collapse not in a dramatic burst, but with a slow, aching inevitability, like sand slipping through their fingers. In the quiet moments, when the world falls still, their thoughts will betray them. Memories of you will flood their mind, your laughter, your loyalty, the way you loved them unconditionally. They'll remember every careless word, every cruel action, every time they took you for granted, and the regret will burn like fire in their chest. Regret, though, is a cruel companion. It doesn't fix what's broken, it simply lingers, gnawing at the edges of their peace. They'll wish for a second chance, for a way to undo the damage, but life doesn't offer rewinds. Time moves forward, and so will you without them. And that's their punishment, isn't it? Not just losing you, but watching from the sidelines as you rise above the wreckage they left behind, stronger and more radiant than ever. Oh, they'll hear about you. News of your success, your happiness, and your newfound strength will reach them, whether through mutual friends or a scroll on social media. They'll see the smile that lights up your face, the glow that comes from living authentically and unapologetically. They'll tell themselves they're happy for you, but deep down, they'll know the truth they're devastated. Because your triumphs are a reminder of their failures, and your joy is proof of the love they didn't value. Eventually, they might try to reach out a casual message, a half-hearted apology, a desperate attempt to regain what they lost. But you'll see through it. You'll recognize it for what it is, not a genuine effort to make amends, but a selfish need to ease their guilt. By then, you'll have outgrown them, your strength fortified by the lessons their betrayal taught you. You won't need their validation, their approval, or their presence to feel whole. And so their journey will continue, a relentless cycle of chasing and settling, searching for pieces of you in everyone they meet. But no one will measure up, and they'll carry that hollow ache for the rest of their lives. Their biggest mistake wasn't losing you, it was underestimating your worth, your resilience, your ability to turn pain into power. Meanwhile, you'll soar. You'll embrace people who value you, who see your brilliance and treat you with the love and respect you deserve. Then when those people enter your life, you'll understand why it had to end the way it did. Some losses are blessings in disguise, redirections to something far greater than what you left behind. As for them, their nights will be the hardest. In the quiet hours when there's no one to distract them, they'll feel it, the emptiness, the weight of their choices, the sharp sting of regret. They'll replay every moment, every mistake, every time they could have chosen differently, but didn't. And the harshest truth of all, it's their fault. They'll try to rewrite the story, casting themselves as the victim, but mirrors don't lie. Every reflection will remind them of the truth they can't escape. Karma, you see, is relentless. It doesn't always announce itself with thunderous force. Sometimes it whispers, creeping in slowly, steadily, until it's inescapable. For them, it'll manifest in the loneliness, the failed attempts to replace you, the haunting realization that their life is emptier without you in it. And you'll be free to love, to grow, to live a life so magnificent that their regret will feel like nothing more than an echo in the distance. So walk forward, head held high. You're irreplaceable, a rare gem they were too blind to cherish. Let their regret stay with them. It's a burden they'll carry forever. You, on the other hand, will continue to shine, untethered by the past and ready to embrace a future brighter than they ever imagined. That's the ultimate victory: peace, joy, and a life so full that their loss feels insignificant. Let them sit with their what-ifs while you thrive in the certainty of what is and what's yet to come. And as you continue to rise, something remarkable will happen. You'll no longer feel the weight of their absence, not even as a shadow in the corner of your heart. The wounds they left behind will heal completely, leaving no scars, only wisdom. You'll look back at that chapter, not with bitterness, but with gratitude. Gratitude for the lessons they unknowingly taught you, for the strength you discovered within yourself, and for the clarity that now guides your every step. You'll build connections with people who honor your presence, who celebrate your individuality, and who recognize the treasure you are. These relationships won't drain you, they'll replenish you, feeding your soul in ways you once thought impossible. And with each moment of genuine love and laughter, their memory will fade further into irrelevance. But their story, it won't be as fortunate. Their regret will evolve, deepening with every missed opportunity, every fleeting encounter that falls short of what they once had with you. The void they tried to fill with substitutes will become a gaping chasm, impossible to ignore. They'll wear a mask of contentment, fooling the world but never themselves. Behind closed doors, in the quiet recesses of their mind, the truth will echo louder than ever: they lost someone irreplaceable. And one day they'll reach a point where even the hope of moving on feels futile. They'll realize that their most significant loss wasn't just you, it was the future they forfeited when they let you go. The family they could have built, the dreams you could have chased together, the laughter that could have filled a lifetime, all of it will be a phantom they'll never grasp. That realization will cling to them like a shadow, inescapable and unrelenting. But you, by then you'll be untouchable, not just in their eyes, but in your own. You'll see yourself for what you truly are: resilient, extraordinary, and deserving of a love that matches your depth. Your story will no longer include them, not even as a footnote. The life you create will be so fulfilling, so radiant, that even the idea of going back will feel absurd. Their attempts to rewrite their narrative won't matter. Let them tell their version of events, let them paint themselves as the victim or the misunderstood hero. The truth lives in you, and your truth is unshakable. You don't need their acknowledgement, their apologies, or their validation. You've outgrown the cage they tried to keep you in, and now you're limitless. And as time marches on, the tables will turn completely. While they remain trapped in the cycle of regret and mediocrity, you'll continue to thrive. Every success you achieve, every genuine smile you wear, every person who loves you unconditionally will be a testament to the life you've built without them. You'll become a beacon of hope for others, an example of what's possible when you choose yourself over the toxicity of others. And in their final years, when life forces them to reflect, their greatest pain won't be in the memories they carry, but in the potential they squandered. The weight of their choices will press down on them, heavier than any burden they've ever known. And you'll be somewhere far away, surrounded by the love, peace, and happiness you've cultivated, a world so beautiful, they'll only be able to dream of it. Because that's the truth, isn't it? They thought they were walking away from something disposable, but in reality they lost something rare, something precious, something they'll never find again. And that's the price of underestimating someone like you. Your triumph isn't just in the life you've built, it's in the fact that you've done it all without them. That is the ultimate power. That is the ultimate revenge. And that, my dear, is the kind of story only someone like you could write.